Right, this is the first video for the Year 9 composition task for our Score It unit. In this task, you are required to utilise the program Sibelius to produce a seasonal composition which captures the mood of your favourite season, spring, summer, autumn or winter. Make sure you think about that before you start. You should pay particular attention to two of the following musical elements: melody, harmony, rhythm, texture, timbre or dynamics when constructing your composition, because when you get down here to your written component, you need to discuss two of those specific musical elements and how they related to the structure, the theme and the structure and form of the composition. Next up, any combination of three standard symphonic orchestral instruments can be used. And the reason why you'll have three is because you'll have one playing a bass line, one doing a melody line, and then the third instrument will play a kind of harmony or descant role. At least one of the three instruments must be a transposing instrument. You need to compose a minimum of 8 bars in length. Ideally, divide those 8 bars into 2 4-bar phrases. Any major key can be used, however you're encouraged to use keys with which you feel comfortable. 3/4 or 4/4 time is fine. Primary triads are a good starting point, chords 1, 4 or 5, which you're going to use for your harmonic structure and the creation of a tonal composition. Very important, this idea of a tonal composition. This is not just random notes on the page. This is following some sort of a tonal foundation. You're encouraged to be as creative as possible and use instruments whose tone colours suitably combine. The reason why we're talking about tone colours that suitably combine is that we're talking about a seasonal composition. So think about the instruments that create the kind of sound that will match the season that you like. You also have to have an understanding of the typical stylistic uses for those instruments. In other words, make sure that when you write for a particular instrument, you understand how that instrument is used. Don't try to write something that would not be applicable to that instrument, or something that that instrument simply cannot play. Finally, appropriate expressive elements such as articulations, dynamics and phrasing, etc. need to be included. People who want to extend themselves a little bit can compose for one extra instrument, compose in a minor key. Once again, these are the primary triads, so they could use those. 6/8 time can be used. Some of the secondary triads can also now be used. I would recommend in major keys just chord 2 and chord 6, and in minor key just chord 6, but if you feel confident in using other chords, other secondary triads, yes, you can use those. Using 7th chords is fine as well. Incorporating a key change to a related key is fine. Extending the length of the composition to a maximum of 16 bars would be great. Alright, so that's the actual task. For the remainder of these videos, I'll be referring to this document, Mr. Z's Sample Spring Song, and the actual spring song, which is here.